Russell Nelson, president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, led a devotional at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale on Sunday evening. Nearly 70,000 people attended the event. It is believed to be the largest gathering of LDS church members in Arizona history. Before the devotional, Nelson and his counselor, President Dallin Oaks, spoke with local media. They made key points about immigration and a border wall, the renovation and rededication of the Mesa Temple, and what advice they have for today's youth.
We don't take formal positions on political proposals, but we've issued a statement earlier pleading with our government officials to find ways to bring families together that have been separated.
Our responsibility as disciples of Jesus Christ is to help people to learn to love one another. You don't have to hate your enemy. And so we would like to spend our time building bridges of cooperation rather than walls of separation.
In the Book of Mormon, when the Savior appeared as the resurrected Lord to the people of this continent, the first message he gave is that they should avoid contention. Contention separates people. It drives away the Spirit of the Lord. And whether we're operating in families or in the halls of legislative lawmaking assemblies, we encourage people to come together in love and concern for one another.
Now we understand that every nation needs to secure its own boundaries, and that requires laws, and we understand that, but we just hope that in every country that they'll be mindful of the fact that we are our brother's keepers, and we are to love our neighbors, and that we are to keep families together and not separate families.
Nelson and Oaks then spoke about the renovation of Arizona's oldest temple. The Mesa Temple began renovations in May of last year and is expected to reopen in 2020.
We're always interested to improve the communities in which our members live. And Mesa is one of the oldest temples in our church, and the concentration of Latter-day Saints in Arizona is one of the largest and most long-standing concentrations of members in the United States. And so Mesa Temple, having been there a long time, it was time to refresh it. And while we're at it, we're surrounding it with some other buildings that will help our members here and further the work of the church in this area.
And then will there be another rededication, I assume, after that's all completed?
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
And
We think that those grounds will be a real credit to the community. And there's also going to be Family History Center facility available for the people so they can help to identify and locate their ancestors and get further information about their predecessors.
The men also spoke about their concerns and advice for today's youth.
It's the same concern as that Peter had, that Paul had for their people. Do what's right and let the consequences follow. Love your neighbor, be kind, be gentle, be truthful, be fair. So our advice is going to be about the same as Paul's was to Timothy when he said, in the latter days there'll be perilous times and we'll be persecuted. But if we stick with the scriptures and what God has pronounced to be true, our eternal happiness will be ensured and our domestic tranquility will be enhanced.
We're concerned about those young people, the rising generation, we call them. It's the future of the country, it's the future of our church, the future of our family, our posterity, and we have a high priority in working with, teaching, and opening doors for our young people.